Then we have the Invoke-Command command in PowerShell, which allows you to execute command on a remote system. So if I type invoke-command, and here we have the flag like computer name. On the computer name is like the computer on which you want to execute this command. So we can execute single command as well as a whole PowerShell script. So let's say this is the computer name to which you want to connect, and again here we need the credentials. So you will have to pass like the credentials flag, and you can use the get credentials as well as create a variable and assign and use that variable here. So let me use this thing. So as you can see, we have the same thing like the default in the configuration name and AsJob or directly command, and then we have the script block. So here we can pass the block of script that we want to execute, like write host, and every PowerShell command that you can execute in PowerShell you can write here, and that will be executed on this computer that you first here. So whenever you need to execute commands on a remote system, you can use the invoke command. And here we can also pass the session, like previously we talked about enter new PSSession. So as you can see, we have the session options, so we can pass these sessions as well. As we talked about the session, so we have the session flag like session, or the session name, or the actual just session. And here we will, like we will previously talk about the enter PSSession, right? So we can create a variable from that, like a session and new PSSession, and here we will pass like the computer name and the credentials, like the computer name, and here are the credentials. And in that case we don't need the dash computer and dash credentials, because in the session we already have established a connection to that specific computer. So we just need to ignore the command that are written in this script block. Now we can use the invoke command in our system as well. Like if I type here invoke dash command, and here we can pass like the, because we will be executing the commands on our own system, so we can directly pass the script block, because we can ignore the computer name and session because we are executing that on our own system. So here I will start a script block, and let's say I am executing get dash date, and if I now close the script block and hit enter, it throws error that is having syntax. Let's use the GCI, and now if I hit enter, as you can see, it's going to display get child item command will display the content of the current working directory, which is working in this case. So which means that if you pass dash computer and dash PSSession, and if you are executing command on remote system, then you will have to pass those in order to work on execute commands on a remote system. Also we can create a variable from the output, like I did it like this. I'm not creating any variable of the output, but we can create a new variable, like what is the response from that, and using that response we can use that response later on the script as well.